Thank you for your letter, and I am very glad that you continue to write. How your affairs today? How is the weather? As business goes by winter, everything colder and more cold and already dropped out snow. I live in the near north. Our winter comes slightly earlier than in the center of Russia. Now I at work and again I read your letter. I am very happy, and very much I hope what my letters also bring you positive emotions. Always attentively I read your letters, and last subject was a little sad, but it is life, in that there is a takeoff and falling. It is necessary to try to live further, and to try to forget about the old relations and to leave them in the past. Though I remember how it was difficult for me then. If not parents and friends, I do not know whether I could be restored and live further. I did not speak, but I now live with parents. When I left the man, I moved to live to parents. I needed society and support. For you it is probably a little strange what the woman in 38 years lives with parents, but it is so convenient to us. I in parallel care of the parents, and they about me. Such mutual love at us in a family. For me in general always life of my parents was an example on life, and I want to carry by love with the future husband through all life, and I think that I have a good education which parents gave me, and my mother enclosed in me all female qualities which the woman has to have. I am very grateful to it for it. I am accustomed to everything. I am not afraid. House cleaning, washings, cookings. I do not want to brag, but I well cook food. We also have a country house in the village. These are about 50 kilometers from our city. There lives my grandmother. We often go to it, and constantly we try to help it as it is already difficult for it to cope with economy. In summertime we go to the village nearly and every week. We plant potatoes, vegetables and fruit. At the expense of it we can live in the winter with the vegetables which are grown up. In the village the grandmother has still a cattle. There was a cow earlier, but now it was sold as it is difficult for old woman to cope with it. Now there were geese and chickens. They do not demand a lot of attention to themselves. Also give always fresh meat and eggs. I do not know whether will interestingly read you this letter. Perhaps I tell nonsense. But about what? We have to talk, right? I write about the life, that you could understand what I live. I consider that I have to give a picture for you about the life. Let so far our communication completely virtual, but even through letters me want to give an overall picture about myself, the family and life, and I want to devote you most in detail in my life and life of my family. I hope that you also, as I want to learn about you more and more, that concerning my parents, that I already told that it is an example of family life for me. They are not so rich people. At the father never was expensive car, and at mother of a fur coat and expensive jewelry, but they love and respect each other without wealth. Their relations, for me an example. Kenneth, tell me that be about the family, about parents, about sisters or brothers. Tell me about life in your country, how there live your people and families, whether they are engaged in cultivation of vegetables and cultivation of cattle. It is very interesting to me to study your culture. Always interested as there live people in various countries. Our country big, but our life is various in each region. My region is remote, also small, absolutely. Of course in the central Russia, in the large cities, such as Moscow, St. Petersburg, etc., there of course career and money is more important for people, but if to go to depths of our country, people are more keen on rural life, farmer life. So, for example, in my city, people very peace are also quiet, also did not get used to rich life. It is not enough businessmen. And there are a lot of farmers and fishers. That, what still to tell you? Probably, I will finish. What not to seem to you too talkative. Kenneth, about that you earned money. I congratulate you. But I need what? Thanks. That money what you earned, you have to leave them to yourself. I work also, and I have the money. Kenneth, those photos which you sent me, this is the person at the computer. It's you? Whether it is valid you have other photos. I as always will be with big impatience to read you soon. If you have a photo, I ask without reflecting to send them to me. It will be very interesting to me to look at them. Well, I also send some photos of, I give a photo, where everything my family and relatives, gently, Elena.
Hello, my dearest Elena. It's great to hear from you, and now I can relax. Well, the affairs are good today. I pleased the Methodist with same-day shipping, and they got the local church to send over a fruit cake. It was very yummy. It's nice and pleasant here, no snow or cold weather. I hope you have a good jacket. Wouldn't want you to freeze, my dear. I want to take this time to tell you about my family. I have 3 brothers, which I've attached a picture. 1 is older and 2 are younger than me. We all share a room in the basement, bunk beds. My father is a traveling salesman going door to door selling encyclopedias. My mother is a high-power executive for a pharmaceutical company in Sioux City. All 3 of my brothers are currently between job opportunities. Sometimes they help me with pins, but most of the time they are high out in the backyard. We have a close-knit family. I enjoy your letters, Elena. Very interesting to hear about your life in Russia. It's sad to hear about your treatment from the men there, though. Here in the US we respect women and treat you like a princess. I think you would really like it here, just saying. I am curious to hear more about your job and where you see yourself going in a few years. I think we really click well, and I hope you feel the same. I look forward to your next letter, my dear. Tonight I have online training to hear about advances in pin technology where we won't need use glue anymore. It should be a quick night, might go out for a beer or 2 to relax. You are right, I did deserve that money as I earned it, but I want you to be happy as well. Tomorrow I start a new order for the Baptists, a bulk order of 2,500 pins with flashing lights. Gotta get out the solder gun, should get interesting. Hee hee. I will talk to you very soon. Hugs, Kenneth.